Another wonderful day, and we'll get together and have a very, very quick conversation, a very, very fast one, because I'm having a conversation with a brother, and because of something he wrote, and then I was just like, man, I feel like I need to go deep into this. I need to bring more people into this conversation. I need to just get some few people to get us to just have conversation, because that's one of the things we're trying to do with Tori Day. It's not just about talking and talking and talking. No, it's looking for ways to document the most, to document people who understand certain things. If there's one wish I have, if there's one thing I've always wanted to do, is go into the minds of some people I admire, is go into the heads of some people I look up to, and just ask as many questions as possible, and then gather the material and just keep it somewhere. One thing is certain: 200 years from now, we are not going to be here. But what happens to the people who are here? What if they wanted to know how I think? What if they wanted to know how this person think? What if they wanted to know what this person would do or say in this particular situation? The best we can do for them is document as much as possible. So when they're here, they'll have access to everything that they desire. I'll bring in my brother, and then we'll jump into this conversation really, really fast. Okay, I get a 100 mouse. I don't even know which one for user. Boss, welcome.
Welcome. Hi, Tata. How you doing?
How far?
And your boy is
It's been long.
been a while, long while.
Yeah. But again, thank you for wanting to do this. Especially with your busy schedule, or especially with social media nowadays, is just scary. Nobody even wants to come on social media. When I talked, and then you say, okay, no problem, no, they will get a conversation. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I think that the reason that it prompts me for actually write the two way you see my right because
mhm,
I realize that there's a lot of divergence in opinion,
yeah.
right? But the
Mhm,
divergence they come about a lot of animosity and emotions, and when you actually pronounce that divergence contrary to some person's own beliefs, right?
yeah.
Initially it was just a disagreement, like if you get a disagreement with some person online
Mhm,
based on one thing or the other. But I think the context what we talk about now, the political situation of Cameroon, I realize that when you
mhm,
get a political divergence with one person, especially on the trending political issue, it be
mhm,
fueled with a lot of emotion, and I don't read a lot of reactions. I don't see how people, the breakdown, the cataclysm of which we will go through at this moment be very
mhm,
dangerous. Um, it be almost in an alternative or opposition to the certain values and freedoms we want talk about,
yeah.
democratically speaking. If we would
Yeah.
not fit accept a divergence in opinion, then
Mhm,
at this point,
mhm,
it shows some signals. See, we know they get now a democratic discourse around things. Or
yeah.
just because maybe me and you not agree, no mean say probably some people they aloof to the situation of Cameroonians
Mhm,
per se. But
mhm,
I believe like we get for be able sometimes forget a better view, you get for step back a little and
yeah.
watch and observe. And based on my observation perspective. Now, whether you say I write
Mhm,
which I write, I sure we'll get for talk about them in depthly. But I think it
mhm,
definitely came from a fact say there's a lot that is being going on around the social media and our community where if
mhm,
find more be open, forget that discourse them and maybe not that discussion them without
mhm,
emotions and without anger, fit lead we
mhm.
to a way forward.
Yeah. Boss, may I play the video? I think it's an old video, but
To
a
make
lot of
change is
things
to
are.
believe in yourselves. The future lies with the youth, and you are the youth.
You needed to have seen this crowd. That young man has come prepared.
What does he know about local realities?
Did you get to the top for the video?
You think we'll tolerate a man like that who
Perfect.
come with some Western idea of democracy to destabilize our people? I know how to handle him.
How can you on earth finance a young man who is against the system?
Those in the corridors of powers are trying to terminate my contract if I should continue to support you.
The reason I called you is to inform you that our sponsor is withdrawing her support.
Count me out.
Joyce, you cannot walk out like that. Faster, Treasure. Can we go a little faster?
I'm doing my best.
Baby, you don't have to cry. I'm sure Joe is fine wherever he is. Just calm down.
Mission accomplished. That's great, Tiger.
Where's my son?
He wants me to join your party. I mean, someone takes your son just to force you into a job. That doesn't look like kidnapping. To some of us with a conscience, that is what it is.
I know.
The ball is once again in our court.
Boss, I
Yeah,
sure say you know that movie. How old that movie they now?
that movie 2014. 2014.
Wow.
That movie is 11
Mhm.
years old.
And when you look back at that time, especially because you play a key role for the movie, and then you look at what is happening in our community today, what comes to your mind?
That the movie be almost prophetic. But the message in itself around the movie, I feel like
Mhm.
the maturity in the message we still need for emphasizer. But if you look at the
Mhm.
setup of that film, a young guy we
Yeah.
come back from white man country, he decide for do politics because he want them for pushy community as a young man. They be opposed with the status quo that is some old politicians the way they not be want to made that freshness in terms of the youth coming to the political scene. So after he go through
Yeah.
trials, then they kidnap him, Peking, they do a lot of things there for he. He lost jobs, he lost contracts, he lost this, he became isolated. He decide at the end of the thing for actually beat the system by joining the system, then rise within the ranks of the political system for cancer control. Now the message that where you hear the movie U-turn, right? So the guy actually make a
Mhm.
U-turn in how he be seating them, rather than for face the oncoming traffic, which he do not see he insert himself inside the traffic, then just flow and inside the traffic now for the way overtake. Now the simple message that 11 years ago, the political message of that film don't become even much more apt today.
Now, Mose, before the whole idea of this young man who came from outside and decided to, you know what, I need to do something in my community. What do you think? I don't know. I'm not sure the movie be explained. And what do you think was the political situation or economic situation for the country or the community that at that particular moment where we push you for say, you know what, I don't come up bush instead of me for cash, don't me the chop my small money, enjoy my life, I need for do something, I need for join politics for make change. What do you think say be happen for a community?
What will be happen with that particular character? And I say Tai be come back from EBD Germany for about 20 years. So Tai come back. You know when you come out abroad, you come back, you see things that they work different. Where you do white man country, there's road infrastructure, there is good health, the standard of living and the wage rates they different. You know, get blackouts, you know, get all power shortages and things like that. So that way he come back for Cameroon, he realize say he need to feel exist inside the ways the things that be happen. So being we be he not decide for just grumble about them. He decide for become an activist. And coincidentally, around that period, he been a campaign for mayor. So he decided for run for mayor. And according to the film, he gathered a lot of followership. And now for the way the powers that be, the political elite for that time, they start see the boy like threats. Because the elite, they've been old people. According to that story 11 years ago, they were old people, and he was coming in as a young man, the youth, for push forward with new ideas, them for gather a community, Ghana, the spirit of the community will start follow up and be much more immersed and implicated and intentional in the political process because now that's in them, they make and the community to grow. If you don't understand your rights, if you don't understand things that you want to do, you know fit be implicated for growth of the community. So he start become an activist, then he decide for run for mayor, and now for day now the political elite, the old political class, they start to say it be a major challenger to him, then they start oppressing, put bottlenecks them and all that. So it be the exist now in a context of where it be the one fight for development. It be see say it be need for just not just put a voice, but for participate in the communication and the how the community feel involve itself implicitly for make a political statement legally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you use that word legally, because now one term that will be thrown around anyhow nowadays. Oh, for make pancake you get for break eggs. I think they say for make omelets you get for break eggs and things like that. But when I saw your write up, it actually caught my attention, because I had a conversation with somebody earlier, I think yesterday or I don't forget, and that was almost the same thing I said. I even don't even know what I talk now until you put out that post, and I was like, okay, thank God this other man think like me, but this whole idea of I want change and I want them by all costs. I don't really care if who they will go down. I don't really care if I just at this point in time we don't decide so I make omelette and like they popularly talk, we'll get for broke some exam. What do you think about that ideology?
That situation, it not just be an ideology right now. You realize it nothing would exist inside them. So basically, at this point in our political life in Cameroon, it show clearly say people want an omelette. The omelette here represent the aspirations, the hope, the end point in terms of the pursuit of happiness. We as a people, Cameroonians, they seek them. They want aspire for better things, better electricity, better roads, better healthcare, better opportunities for job and all that. That is the omelette. Now, omelette the commoner from egg, right? Now, if we go to the anecdote or analogy of saying, okay, chicken or egg, which one come first? But if we go to that one later. But Cameroonians, they want that omelette because they did hunger for this thing there. And in the process, because they did hungry for this thing there, the thing I say, it like Musina, I don't know whether you don't ever be inside your house we around most you never chop from morning till like 11 o'clock, and then some person go fry egg, even an empty egg, you just put a salt. You don't get the aroma for egg. How egg, first of all, you just get away for wake up your appetite. Now, if you look around Cameroon context, based on the omelette analogy, you look at Senegal, you look at Nepal, you look at other democracies, the way they don't decide for take upon themselves and for liberate themselves, so-called, for be able for share that omelette to themselves. When they broke they let that egg where they broke them for this side, different side, then Cameroon they smell them. But what to make Cameroon in own case be particular way, the egg even be much more envious. Now see the ingredients for the egg they different. You get a regime where they 43 years implanted. You get a 93-year-old president. Cameroonians they feel like say now some particular people they chop that omelette. So every ingredient for chop that omelette they ready. But now the problem now say for you for chop omelette, you get for break the eggs then. And if you go by any other way they get for make the omelette, the breaking of the egg simply means it will get for choose categorically whether we want go head on, given the political context now, because you get now one side where the talk say, I won this election when I don't thief my election. This election was supposed to be mine. And then one side the talk say, we when I not be calculate fine. This is what came out. These are the figures. Legally, we can say that we have the election. So the end point now say you get a 40-something% of people there they be ready for chop that omelette. They don't care because they feel like okay, they be deny them the right for chop that omelette. So they want break that egg. They don't care how the omelette be made. That omelette now, that's the thing the way we feel counter like wait you get for you for go store go buy egg. It means you get currency. Do we have the currency for being able for break that egg, cook them, fry them, made done? We will not cause damage. We'll just chop the egg without spilling or anything. In this case for Cameroon, Musina, you'll see say the breaking of the egg basically means we'll get for choose the hard way that is going against a constitutional and legal thing. Arguably, if we talk say okay, maybe the constitution or the legality around the elections, and they no stand because they know the people so-called don't win the election. Therefore, the omelette itself don't put into debate. People they feel like, okay, for go against the legality of this thing. Yeah, and you got to remember, I said the state in itself is always vertical. The state doesn't bend. The state goes straight. That is law. State na legality. So when you go against law, as you dey go against law, the only straight they go up. As you dey hit them, it goes taller. And the only way for break them, now say you get for attack them, broke them. Which means now say you want broke that egg for cause chaos. So we get two options then in this scenario. Do we go for this omelette by creating chaos at the behest of peace, at the behest of the possibilities, they say we fit still get a legal recourse to which we will talk about? Because Cameroon in position at this point, Musina, you get to understand the uniqueness of our position. The uniqueness of our position shows now, say, wait, we get 6 months to a municipal and parliamentary election, legislative election. The conditions of Cameroon is ripe for a change which can be democratic, legal, and constitutional, because people don't become so politically aware. Now, more look at how the omelette will be changed and how the omelette will change the way we see them. If we implicate ourselves then now, because the alternative for one other omelette, the other way, now for go against the state. But we get a possibility for 6 months from now for become so implicated in the political process. How? By choosing the people that we want and make them manage we. That is sending a loud message to the powers that be, say the people want are ready for their own thing. Register massively for the election. Start doing grassroots campaigns and everything. Making sure that next time, before they want to say, okay, SDF or the one we win for Douala this, they get their proof when they finish count. It is not chaos. They count them. They keep their thing.
And everything.
They make sure say, okay, if the day for Adamawa or this place, they get their protein the way they don't put them together for justify. So that when that thing that happen, the time when people they complain say, okay, it is 15 days, will not be fit. 15 days is too long. Okay, now we'll not fit proof we the people, because we don't rally ourselves in 6 months. Say we get so and so. We don't put ourselves for different places and for justify our ballot. Now, you feel understand, say maybe they'll start actually say, you get for put yourself for 31,000 polling stations. But if you see the way America they win, like for electoral college, they target some particular state and they give them some particular number then where you don't feel argue the election don't really end before some level. So if we start plan on that kind of level, then now strategically you realize if you focus on places like Douala, focus on your own, they protect the votes then for they become massively implicated. Nobody not only just for talk say, hey, they don't take my vote, but this time around we go into the process intentionally with evidence. We go get a legal recourse clearly. But now, what is the alternative if we no one do so? Because why you tell some person say there is always a way. This is 6 months from now. We don't face 43 years of so-called blocking and everything. We don't face 43 years. If we feel use 6 months for change the narrative, why not? That is making an omelette at that point now without the chaos, not at the behest of peace or legality or the constitution. Now, look at the consequence and the outreach of such an action if we go through and we defend our legislative and council elections. It means we don't choose our parliamentarians. It means we don't choose our people the way for our mayor the way they work for we. And laws and everything they be run through a parliament and a senate. The power where they call them now, say, these two people they confuse them. Say the people's power, they come now from legislature. Now, for the way the people through their legislation now go start putting, say, we want our constitution, may talk, say, we want 4-year term for this. The parliamentarians, they go vote based on which way the people they want them. So sometimes the person go say, oh, 7 years is too long, but they get solution for all that in there in 6 months. You understand? Maybe
Yeah.
when we talk about them, it'd be like say we'll know the listen to, like we're living in a world apart and we'll not be susceptible to how people they feel or how people they live. But we'll look at the fundamental change here. If we not change the system by actually putting the people they all really want them for the, it means that no change not actually happen, Musina. And if we want the
Yeah.
right people, we could represent the people in quotes, the thing start now. If we still go now, okay, for example, we go put now the person where Naibi, the leader of this opposition and all that. Does it change
Yeah.
fundamentally the system? The system still remains implanted. But we get
Yeah.
an opportunity, a unique opportunity in this moment for do the change legally, constitutionally, without any bullet fired, and it will be very effective, and it will be constitutionally placed by the people for the people of Cameroon.
And I feel like it will even be sustainable because it means they already understand how these things that they work, and then the next thing we will do now, that will pass them down from one generation to another, which is something America has. They need they need to play with their votes. Like once they realize, say this is not what we wanted, all man is start preparing for vote. When that day for vote don't can no reach, that day for vote don't reach. But boss, you see them and say they stand for line. One na 3 hours now. One step they can't them. So they cast that vote and then they go house. Now, I know one challenge we get now, this whole idea of, oh, elections are always weak, oh, we don't know, so the thief, oh, I don't ever vote me again. But you see this year, we get 10 regions for Cameroon. We see 4 regions, 4 key regions. When a western region, when a Litora, when a Adamawa, when a North, where the opposition win them. And
Yes.
the party in place, elect them actually confirm, say they win the election for these places. So
Exactly.
my argument say, oh no, they just give it that 4 now because they want to appease you. I say, but why if they want to give you 4 because they appease you now, guess what? They will give you 1. They give SDF 1. They give Cabral Libi 1. They give and Damjoya and Huma 1. You understand? So if they decide for give you 4, it means a possibility they say they will accept for give you 6 and even 7. So I don't know this whole idea of be transparent, so nobody will vote, the will vote. Do you think it's a reality or not just a lie where they go on? And then the party in power, the people in power don't realize, say, hey, we'll leave Hamed at the wrong time. After all, because I want to ask question and I want to explain, but ma talks more. I don't understand how this party already knows, say, it go thief election. Not to know what happened. But it is put in millions upon billions for go campaign for Kumba, for go campaign for Ekondo Titi, for go campaign for Kuseri, for go campaign. It's a paragraph for still come on inside has go for Maroa, for go campaign. Yet when the claim say they know say they will thief election. I don't know. Explain that for me. What do you think, boss?
What to me, I think other issues be very. It be very logical for people them for think that way because Cameroons to some extent they like to think all of us are very emotional. The more put the emotions down for a moment, right, and make Cameroonians they sit down and they reflect. Each political party will come for campaign for presidential election lasts this October 12th, where they be on a November 5th or whatever they vote. You feel understand, say you feel determine some country political calendar. For example, plenty country political party they complain say they know the fee whole meeting them because now CPDM the whole meeting. They give CPDM only CPDM the whole meetings them and all that. But now more look at the uniqueness of the particular situation. Tata. Now for them me at the focus on because I see now the amount of political awareness and the political capital we Cameroonians they don't accrue. Now, if you want hold a political meeting for Douala civilly and you sign your thing there for SGO, say I go respect laws and all that, Musina, between me and you feel say they'll stop your political rally today as long as you hold them peacefully?
No.
Because there is a certain political awareness we don't happen now. I don't know about this. I don't know about any other thing. But now for the way for me, I get a very particular difference with a lot of Cameroonians because they didn't miss the time and the moment. They no one sees the momentum of the moment because it go happen now only once. 6 years from now, who say you want argue CPDM again, say they get a 93-year-old president or they don't be for 43 years of power. The time where the argument really they forceful dinner now. And if you don't take advantage of that in them, the political narrative will change because 3 days ago, CPDM move communicate for start rally base.
Yeah.
But I never see any other political party as of now. Don't talk say, okay, let us start. You understand? They focused on other things. Then maybe 2 months, 3 months to legislative. They come out again now, want to make Cameroonians, they go vote for them. But they forget that the work and the momentum starts with the energy way they now. So now when you look at all the things they say, okay, they say this place win, this one win and all that. Now for their way, for that particular place, they be fit defend their votes. For Douala, opposition be fit defend the votes. For Buea, they be fit defend their votes. For Adamawa, they could defend their votes. Now, how do you defend your votes next time? Because that is the proper question you should ask yourself. How will we do the lessons of the election? Which way teach we? Now say we get for be able for be represented. If you get 8 million people where they register for Cameroon, and you get just 2 million people there they vote, or 4 million people there they vote, how you want get?
I think
you understand. So the problems in Ghana for the we get for start galvanize people then for understand their civic responsibility. Then the push for the moment start not today. Now so could be now by crying say, oh, Pobia is 93 years, long or short, whatever time go, it go. But are we politically ready in the event? So we'll get a political transition. I'm not sure, because if we stick there for the golden moment, we fit change them. And then would see crying about numbers? Would see crying about this and that? Where we never learn the lesson of the election. Like you talk, they not deny opposition a victory for all places they be prove their victory. Every place they be prove up, they give them. It simply means if we instill on ourselves, if we instill ourselves or place the way we prove our victory, them for that way they call them process verbal or whatever, they go counter.
Yeah,
and it go become binding. So what if the lesson that we take them from this election might be much more important than the cry the way they cry them? Because as long as we continue for crying, now the delaying tactics then that would take them for lost the steam, we will need them.
Very true.
For gather whatever momentum for push. Fortunately, Sakuna 6 months. We will get them. 6 months is enough to change the system. Right? So yeah, we feel continue. Okay, Issa Chiroma himself, how old is he? He's about 80 something. Right? We'll still get for need a political renewal. We'll still get for need a political renewal. And that political renewal start from the grassroots. No matter how we cry, okay, Issa Chiroma go call with your own people, then tomorrow we'll still need for go back for get the parliament. We'll still need for go back for get councils them. And now for day where we still get for commit to ourselves them, because if we commit the same error them, CPDM will be implanted. We'll still go cry say, oh, they no vote for year, the man vote for year, they mismanage my vote for year. But you get a Cameroonian population of close to 16 to 17 million young people where they become engaged in the political exercise. They change the story for the country. We don't do them for 43 years. We will persevere for 6 months, change the country without firing one bullet, without killing one more person.
And that is the other thing I want to discuss, and because to an extent I feel like if we begin leaders the way they really be concerned, where they really know what way they do, because I feel like the leaders now are just looking for something that will make them look like, okay, I am actually the leader of this ship them. Where if you not give me way to one time, I feel push them to do some kind of thing them, and then now so they negotiate, get their position and whatever. They are not really, for me personally, I feel like they are not really interested in telling the people the right thing, because at the end of the day, if they tell the people the right thing, if they actually sensitize the population, stay with population, know how these things that work, it means that they will each other to Uma or Kamto or also Joshua will become president, because actually the president will not be as powerful as people think, especially if we get a system in place where our parliament they work, where mayors they get responsibility, where governors they get responsibility. The president will not be as powerful like that. The only time the president will be powerful now when the people don't know how these things are run. So the parliament be answerable to the president, the senate be answerable to the president. Now, the way the president be powerful. Well, whereas if we seize the parliament, seize the senate, take councils, take now for governors, now they appoint a minister, all of that. But other people they not actually be as powerful as we think. So I don't know if I say these leaders are like the Kamtos, the Chirumas, and all of these guys, and the fear say if we educate the people, if we sensitize these people, if we get these people to realize their power, their true power, when we get on there, we don't really get that power we want them. I don't know if that's that they happen.
Yes, you fit talk to an extent say nothing that they happen, and it don't happen for long. But wait till where they talk now and I say if you follow it where I talk and follow thing that they happen, it don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Before that
Yes.
was what was happening. If people they be
Mm-hmm.
conscious of the amount of power where their votes hold them. The
Yes, sir.
constitution talk of the people of Cameroon. The president is the head of the people. It means that the people then now who
People.
the people they be represented by a legitimacy of legislature, senate,
Mm-hmm.
councils, and all that. Now from there where
Mm.
they get representation and validation and power. So when they talk say people, the concept of power, where the some person talk say the person for A2D, Nama presidency. Now because you contribute civically with civicism for put the person in that position for be answerable to you. But
Yeah.
for long, Cameroonians they don't be understand, say they hold the power for direct who get for be their representative. That is why
Mm-hmm.
it will be easy for come inside the election, hala say, okay, this thing don't be done. Oh, they don't do so for the place, and everybody come out follow because they no get that education. See, the political education for understand say na the targeted thing that we get for do am for we for achieve the person we
Mm-hmm.
get for be for some place. See, okay, for example, see the young people. If you ask them what to be Isa my program, they'll probably not know. If you ask them, so a young
Yes.
person will be Cabral, it will be Cabral be problem program. They don't know. Of course, the fundamental thing will tell we na say they want change. Everybody wants a change. Issa Chiruma
Yeah.
is the devil, is the better devil and all that and all that. But an informed Cameroonian, for if you don't make a decision 6 months ago, an informed Cameroonian for no say, okay, now the person this way be, oh, the man dey 70 something years. Maybe no if he follow up with
Yeah.
you at the thinker. Oh, the man in own program, they
Yeah.
talk now say no support federalism. And this is it. But at the, but Cameroonians would like for be for that position where okay, when everything they happen, they will become so involved and anger. But we'll never ask ourselves what will they do for build up to the moment. Now, fortunately, Sako, I don't want to go left, right, I don't want overbeat around it in them because it will take you to some funny kind of argument. Then. For me, the
Yeah.
opportunity they need. Some people the day
Yeah.
off the school of thought say they no get for go any election because the election we did now don't they stolen. That falls
Mm-hmm.
exactly like if you sit back and observe, take a clean look. If you avoid for go through elections again, just like how come to be denied for go through so election, then anyone come back now, they tell you say you be boycott election, you are not eligible
Yeah.
because even as a constitutionalist, be read the constitution for Cameroon where they don't put this on law for kick you off.
Mm-hmm.
So when we the fight, what role, your role, every other person in role. Now for informed Cameroonians, they say, guys, we get 6 months. The power dinner for our hand. If we decide today,
Mm-hmm.
you where you declare or say, okay, you want the change for this thing, go be for your council. Stand like council voter. They'll put you for council. You when at this, we will do this. We'll engage ourselves and we'll get into a political activism and intentional awareness around how we fit start be implicated in the political exercise of Cameroon. We will implant the
Mm-hmm.
people them legally, constitutionally, by voting. What if the alternative for auditing them? Now say we either start go road now start protest. I mean you don't talk
Mm-hmm.
for you say the state doesn't bend. Because if we start
Yeah.
protest, we'll go out there. Normally, people they want protest and all that. You see on November this way, people they go out. You understand? You see, I be
Mm-hmm.
hijacked by violence. Because not just people they go out that day now for go broke in them. But
Forget
you know if you
violence. Yeah.
coordinate that in there. But there are ways for you to coordinate on a country. And we'll get a very unique way for passing message today because if we take advantage of the momentum, Sako, it means that we don't change democracy in way they decide in them. We don't do a coup
Yeah.
d'etat, a ballot coup d'etat democratically
Yeah.
for inside Central Africa. We no other country, no, probably if you don't do them. I feel
Yeah.
assure you, say you get about 10 to 12 million Cameroonians and now where they be aware of the political situation of Cameroon. And if you tell them next week, say may they go register and get their voting cards, they will go do them. Why are we not doing it?
Mm.
If we don't stay for 43 years, wait to be 6 months. So if we go back and forth about all the strategies, them, all the arguments and all that, we will get the solution right in front of we. But we don't deny because we want to remain in that perpetual position for be victim. You understand? Because the alternative way some person will
Yeah.
tell Sako, oh, because me and you will get a divergence in opinion, you know one change. You be CPDM. But you get for be realist. A realist go tell you, say, guy,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I think this is the way forward. If we say, okay, we want more representation, let's go and we can put Agbobala in the parliament. And Agbobala can be the parliament head or whatever. You understand? It starts with simple gestures like working today for tomorrow. 6 months from now, if Cameroon they be lucid enough, if they use then are people that they use internet correctly and they read and they follow other things, them we feel make change for this country. We not must go through the route of chaos. We not must break or make the omelette by breaking those eggs them in a way we will not fish enjoy the omelette. Now, why that the anecdote of the omelette and the egg day? Are we willing to chop this very beautiful meal peacefully, or we want break the egg them in a way we okay na chaos? Sako got for remind Cameroonians about the virtues of peace, because even though Cameroonians they complain about bad roads, bad health system and all that, Sako war English Cameroonians if you testify no be fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe some people they want me that chaos extend to other places, which is fine, now their own opinion. But you want to put Cameroon into war, and then we be which kind of people again? Because we will not get the patience for understanding that we get the power, no be the big people that for help.
Power. Yeah.
That is the activism we and no say you the do am for the platform, and other people that they be lucid enough for understand. Say the truth where they need to tell young people then today now big say we no need for go outside, go break or match or vandalize. The only thing we need for do now for gather on save them. Put on ourselves behind one voice. We change thing them.
And I feel like say easy. By the way, we don't talk plenty about omelette. I don't know if people don't forget say kati they actually sweet past omelette. And for you forget kati, it means you get for hash that egg then a hasham, you get plenty foul, and then you feature kati and then some other egg the fish.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit on the importance of, because you don't already highlight them, but I want to emphasize some. Me, I be one of the person I believe say for win municipal and legislative elections, it be easier than for even win presidential election. Because when it comes to the municipal and the legislative elections, now people that for Kati will know them. Now so we for the town where we know all man, we know say, okay, this man be competent, this man not be competent. Okay, may always stand for the man back with them, because within the years we already know the person in track record, we already know the person in character. So now the good person now also if they go represent the people, you know, go just the one chop their money and things like that. I want me to emphasize, I want me to reiterate on the fact say it really is possible for gather we sell from towns to villages to small groups them and vote this mayors them and these parliamentarians them and these senators them, and then from there in 6 months we start actually put pressure for bring that change to one time.
Sako, the whole change start now from that concept where you talk so. Now you see that place, that premise where you talk on. This is where the game changes. Once Cameroonians, then, especially the young people and women, they be involved in the grassroots process of being intentional about their leadership for the grassroots. Now for the change starts. Now, why you go for America? You did America when they tell you congresswoman for some place. You visit congresswoman as some person where they rule, now governor. Congresswoman for some small place or congressman, right?
Yeah.
Now then they get power. Now then they go shidon, make decisions them about the United States. If we decide for be implicated, because now, Sako, I want more read on the uniqueness of this opportunity, the momentum of this situation, because you know go ever day 2 times. The Cameroonians they get a certain energy, they are craving for that omelette. They need that change. But inside that craving, hunger will make you look some punch up. You think say you finish that punch up, but when you tell a 3 spoon, realize you don't belly full. Now that amount of craving, so we know the feel go past our hunger for be lucid enough for understand say the place where we fail now because of our unconsciousness and on our awareness, how to be aware. because we know be informed. An uninformed citizen is a very dangerous citizen. Now Cameroonians they be aware which way they need for do. If I was Issa Chiruma Bakari, I forgo the higher ground. I take advantage of the pulse. I listen to the pulse of Cameroon. FSMC get the possibility for probably be even 80% of Cameroon parliament. From there, anything can change constitutionally. Now the power that way people they get them. And now for the way we need for start. The concept we talk about people knowing who they want them from the grassroots. Because the people that go lead with the no common space. Now people that will know them. The people where they lead, we know that people the way they get some abstract notion then about we. Now, why that way when you be implicated in the political process, a man can convince you right for una quarter say if you know na so you want do, na so you want if you vote so na so will do, na so will do. Cameroonians they no be ever be for that position, but today don't change radically, and we get for strike the iron while it is hot. The omelette, the smell for that egg don't go round. Now, Nasi, we need for be careful how we choose for one chop the omelette or for make the omelette. Because the alternative to all of this, if we persist wrongly or rightfully, say, okay, we voted and we want this, they must give it back and all that. We'll get that coalition. And mind you, not be everybody votes Chiruma. Because if you look the fallout of this thing and that discussion, the way we fine for good day. Because when you look the way people they argue on social media and even personally, relationship they don't break up because of the election. It don't become so vindictive. It don't become one tribe against another and all that. And how do you fix that after this? If we not be careful, we'll go get deeper divides them. Because of we lack of foresight for so simple thing where if we be realist, Sako the biggest answers don't always be in the simplest things. The biggest answers have always been in the simplest things. If Cameroonians they become lucid, become much more implicated in this election for their communal and legislative elections, they change the country. 6 months ago, if we hammer down that message, we hammer down to Cameroonians, young people, when I don't be aware now. When I go make voters cards, when I go speak massively to our election don't come. When I defend on a vote, when I she don't that thing the snap put process the that order when I do on that time, when I collect when I compile them in peace and tranquility. 6 months from now, we don't get changed. There will be a step forward. And that is how you start rotating and creating that transition. Then the people that don't know merit for people some place, they will start change. One day they go for sit up. So you realize that a ripple effect in if one thing start occur, it affect the other thing. Now it's they like some cycle of events go kick her off. But we need for starter. So the concept of which we talk, naive be the core of how Cameroonians get for look the picture, because the alternative for which we want them, na chaos. Awuza or whatever thing will start fight with D1. D1 will start shoot with D1. D1 will start shoot with D1. Whereas everybody in the corner, honestly, one change. I'll figure them through one team. Figure them through the ballot box. Make people they know she don't get that voter apathy or they don't lose. How they do win for Douala? How like you talk how they do win for Adamawa? How they do win for that other place? It means say if people they shit they be intentional, they be organized, they feel protect their vote, justify their wins. And how do you take away that from the people when it be clear?
Now the other thing now, and to be honest with you, some people don't feel say, oh, I don't like Issa Chiruma, oh, I don't like Campton, this and that. Now because of me, I feel like these leaders, they need to look past which way they want them for themselves. Because if Campton, right after that time when he be get that momentum, he be push Ndoki them, push all the other guys them. So una go take me parliamentary seats, una go take me senatorial seats them, una take me councils them. If a bit different, maybe the man will come with your own momentum also. If a double them. But guess what? They discourage them completely and they put you for Saturday day. Now the same thing now what they see Chiruma they do you don't hear him talking about the way forward. You don't hear him talking about no. It only threatening and say I will do that. I will do. How you want to do them? Me if you say when he be talking, they say we'll continue for fight. I mean if you say what okay, now not time for come for Saturday because for me one of the things they will go for do at some point in time we're supposed to be greedy. At some point in time, even if we want to make look like okay, now southwest team, now northwest team, now western region team, now littoral team, guess what? make for municipal and legislative election, make OC Joshua win all the seats for Southwest because na Southwest Pekin. We'll go for Bamenda for Northwest. Make Muna win all the seats them for councils and for anything because they na Pekin for Northwest. We'll go for Western region. Make Kamto win all the seats there for day. We'll go for Adamawa. Make Bello Buba. If na Chuchu opposition, may win all the seats there for day. You go for the other side, like we'll get how many? We'll get 13 candidates. Them. You get the guy EOD or something they call him. May come for the Torah if not Chuchu opposition. May win all this. It may I travel tongue and say if we start insisting for each region, we produce candidates the way they come from opposition, where they will win for that place. No, like we just know one made a ruling party win any seats, whether for parliamentary or for senatorial election. Now, whether na 30% where they used to appoint them or whatever, guess what? We'll still get majority for Senate. But I don't know why people they continue to look at like, and if you understand, maybe now you will explain them how Muna, even though if you don't back out, they still put it for ballot, and if we win any municipality for Bamenda. Also, Joshua, if you win anything for Southwest, we're not picking for Southwest. Wait till it happen.
It's first thing I say we don't need for judge people that their motivations and intentions, and we feel only try for push them to the right way for reasoning them. You understand? And now coming to that breakdown on how most of that thing in a strategy. You understand? And when you look around them now, Tata, you see say politicians they start do the thing them intentionally. CPDM na a full machine, a full nationwide machine. So of course you go get political operatives there where they get a whole communication center. With that communication center get messaging. Now a whole plan. Hey. Now a whole plan. So the plan it be very simple. They arrange themselves for get a particular kind of communication. And that communication now for reinforce their base. Like me, I will talk now. I tell you, I stumble on a communique for CPD where they already start resemble the one they call on grassroots and subsection meetings them already. Which means say they be aware, they be conscious, say there is a crack inside them. Right? Now, wait till where we focused on. Now this our victory don't be stolen. But we need for defend them legally, right? Now we're in an impasse. We know if defend them. So what do we do? Do we go head on and continue lamenting on that particular thing while CPDM get a head start? And then 3 months to legislative, they don't already do their messaging and planning and intentional thing that around them. They don't plant their thing them. If they say they want vote rig or whatever thing them accepted, but they don't put their say them for doing. And then now 2 months to election, and that's how they can she don't start calculate waiting for do and waiting not for do. And then we expect results. One of them now because at a certain point, you see, say the political class for Cameroon too, they get a form of selfishness. It's not, we should not be afraid to say it. Because if you see opposition come up with 47% where they united, if you join their votes them, they come up with 47%. Where it means okay, you get people the way they feel normally. If they put themselves together, you feel get a massive push, right? So what to be the lesson for the results as of now? If the opposition get 47%, it means say if opposition present a one candidate will be backed by all the people then strategically intentionally they go chop half of parliament. Unfortunately, presidential election become before legislative elections. You understand? So they begin for deal with the unpreparedness where they get them for the presidential elections. Because let's be honest, the opposition was unprepared. It was 2 months to the election where Issa Chiroma become popular. Issa Chiroma not even get a program. But now there's a possibility say Issa Chiroma don't get a political boost. What does he do with it? If I were Issa Chiroma, and for me, I divide with a lot of people then because I feel like display some political shrewdness or being smart or wisdom. Because at the time when say get a particular kind of backing, Issa Chiroma be get the opportunity, knowing fully well. Say they get the arguments them for dislodge, for enter back powerfully inside the political structure of Cameroon, the legal and constitutional way, not by force or anything. Of course, what don't happen. They don't take the vote. See what happen. We don't lost almost 30 to 40 Cameroonian young people. Those people are not gonna come back. Do we want to go on losing people? Them like Northwest and Southwest. Who will feel use 6 months
Southwest.
getting one time? I feel like at a certain point, Sako will get for come back and really look at ourselves, have a clear discussion through panels like this, through what you do. Forget conversations of people. We'll not say all of us get frustrations, Sako. Each and every one of we. My papa died now for Ghost Town. That 30-day Ghost Town for Boya. Hospital they open. Of course, we are bitter. All of us want a better health system for Cameroon. All of us want a change for Cameroon. But do we go on continuing at what costs? This omelette will one chop am. Damn, so we need for chop am at all costs. Not be all man must die for some political reason there. For go for the political table for become a hero, no necessarily means say you must go kill yourself. There is a political victory in letting your vote speak for the people. And now that message will be for person for people. All that manipulation, all that thing, that strategy, the people they feed do them, or politicians they do them. The time don't pass now because Cameroonians they don't be aware. And that the awareness we they need for capitalize on them. And until then, a lot of errors they don't be made. But Cameroonians can come back. Altruist Cameroonians, where they really see where they get the political will for informed Cameroonians. They say, no, inside the chaos, guy, let is the way forward. We'll focus on this thing. Because I feel like at this point, most politicians and they want to take advantage of the chaos. They don't really mind who dies in the process. But that is not how a mature democracy works. A mature democracy, of course, democracy is an experiment. You get time there, the pass, you get time there, the fail. But it can only get better. And if we continue for stretch with democracy, we'll see how tough it is. By stretching the democracy here, I mean, say waiting, will become more implicated like will be this time. For 2018, Cameroon will not be as more implicated like how they did for 2025. There's a massive change. If Issa Chiruma fit stand as our front runner, it means that there is a clamor for a change somewhere. You understand? It simply means that if we coordinate ourselves, if the youth them, if the women, because now they get the biggest share of the electorate, women and young people, if they come together in solidarity, 6 months from now, Cameroon will change.
Me too, I believe so, boss. Me says I strongly believe so. I don't know why people didn't understand. Sometimes when we explain certain things, I actually believe say we fit actually change Cameroon through the ballot box. There is no coincidence. Say the part of a constitutional elect can actually validate results for Western region, validate results for Littoral, validate results for Adamawa, validate results for Far North. If we be there, they will thief all things, or they will take that result away, they give them, they will split them. They will say, okay, yeah, Chiruma, you win for your village in Agaroa. But for ground there, Abelo Buba win you. For Western region, na also Joshua win for day. For Littoral, na Kabali be win for day. For just that way, and then we can but for them for accept he win 40 regions. I don't mean 40 any kind of regions. Another thing also where the last 2 hours more discuss in less than maybe 5 minutes because I want to go to sad. I know say you go for do something. Now the fact say I don't see some trend where I just look at laugh. I remember a few years ago when the Anglophone crisis started. Anglophone they say, initially we're not even actually we need to be kind of say one break away from Cameroon. We just talk say there is this concern. We feel like we are marginalized. We feel like we get this concern. Una hele we more fight government or more complain for government, may they fix them. People for not they say, oh, you know, concern we this Anglophone them una fight, una do whatever. People for the Francophone level center and east and whatever they say, you know, concern we Anglophone them. Vous les Anglophones là, vous êtes à gauche. Anglophone don't struggle to you know work for them. They don't leave them. It will be 2018, come with some momentum, some crazy momentum. Push, they reach election, almost cross the line. And then right after that, even go for street, say, hey, I feel I win it. Before one know, they turn the whole thing, be like, say, oh, Bamileke, they want to take power. Oh, did that? Anglophone, they shift them for back, say, hey, we don't want that. People will not say, okay, now Bamileke team, una fight, say safe. That was how they were isolated, and then the whole thing died down. This time around, again, if you look at very well, why would you the struggle, say, me cross line? Before I know, I hear people that start make jokes, say, oh, so Baba na can't fix my shoe, I say how much? He say 500. I say I'll give 350. Each
It's
side
like,
say,
yeah.
So when I never even be president, I don't this narrative. Then that way people need to see how deep it go. For some wicked people that speak like, okay, these people in this if they become president tomorrow, if they take power tomorrow, how it go be? Before I want to know them, they also make the whole Chiruma thing look like it's a nodding affair. Before I want to know Anglophone, they say, hey, we don't want here no man. We don't already fight our own fight. We don't already correct. Just imagine saying the northern part of Cameroon, I'm not here for chaos. I need to advocate for chaos at any way. But just imagine say things that be boiled for that side, things that be boiled for Northwest and Southwest, things that be boiled for Western region. Anyhow we begin for Bino, the government will start feel like, you know what, we will start negotiate with the people then. I don't know if you look at me, I don't know if I say me I be crazy, but now some trend way at every time where some momentum the one rise, I don't know if now the government on I don't know if they just away for just isolate the group of people and then that momentum just die. I don't know how we'll fight. I don't know what to be the way forward if any momentum will come up again.
Sako, like I tell you, you need to run mad. Now, real thing that they happen. See, Cameroon, if it trade with the realities of a cultural, socio-cultural structure. Cameroon, a country will be divided culturally into sections. People from Southwest, people from Northwest, people from Littoral, people from the West Province, people from the North and the Center. That different cultures them. And as such, the people they get their different identities and their different ways they don't implant them culturally for the way they act and how people perceive them. Now, you go feel look at like say the thing and a thing like coincidence, but sometimes they na intentional strategy them for either push back or disintegrate power. Like sometimes the best way for fracturize your enemy now for finding weak points, broken from there, and then it will become weaker. So when you divide people, then you easily rule them. And now for there, at the travel, Mo gets on discussion like, okay, CPDM really starts its campaign very early. So they control messaging. They control the messaging. You can be sure say CPDM they invest. Of course, CPDM gets CRTV. Now then they control state media. Now they control Equinox, whether they'll get license or Canal Day and all that to an extent, right? So there's a form of communication control for they and all that. Now then they control football, now they control cultural activities them. So there's a way that those messages can be passed on subtly. And then when they want to use them, they go use them. But if it still be not just saying a intentional CPDM strategy, if it still be to say now our own Cameroonian way for doing them because we get our own way the way we like for persisting, so nothing argue say that thing they need exist. But now for them now in that division, we get for find the powerful voice inside we go push for that unity. So if you look now for the Cameroonians, they get for be able forbid this system, no get forget any division.
Very true.
Division no get for be from Littoral, you no get for be from North, you no get for be from Center, you no get for be for West. Because if you look the place they get for win Cameroon electorate, it shows that you need for gather other people and for be able to get a convincing suffrage for representing you being legitimate. So this thing there simply shows you this how you start understand say Cameroon never be politically mature to some level. Now when they know if you get a consensus on how they come together for put a political front. Now, is it because the CPDM be fracture them, or not because they will get this cultural divide them? Where a man from Basago talks say I know one mix more man from North or man from this and all that. Realistically, if it happen, but then again, now from the lessons then for the election they get for start occur. Now, when I talk say they need to win election, not by mistake, not by planning. You get for be very strategic. Now, one of the lessons then that way they get for learn and for the election, say there are a lot of cracks because some particular people they feel like now they get power. Now, nothing I don't win. All of a sudden, they feel protect their own and all that. People will always get that impression then. But the lesson for learn and for Yena say wait, a united opposition feel crack the central system more than often. Sometimes the real thing not for look the problem, but now for learn the lesson from the problem. And now for the Cameroon a political weakness they because why would they spend time they cry? The people the way they in power, they understand it in them and then they preempt them. When you go for cyber security, when they want to teach you as a hacker, as a cyber security work person, they teach you first now for hack. So you become a hacker, then you start think like hacker for fit secure some system made a no hacker. So for you for be able for break down the system, you know how to thief the system. And now for they way the political communication and power of CPGMD, because they get a way for enter with messaging for fracture people. And now for they the weakness there for the system. So now what do we do? The opposition, because now probably me and you, Sako, because we talk the way we talk, we will be CPGM. But they forget say probably would still clamor for the same change, but in a different way, with a more rigid, with a more icy look, a more realistic, less emotional look at the situation. So we if we talk now, say, you know what? If we need for win election, we need for get a candidate where they could get a consensus. See, this man get consensus for North, this man get consensus for this. They start builder. And the thing they like you talk, Sako, you make a point here from the grassroots. It starts from the grassroots. An election cannot be won in 3 months. An election starts with preparation. No be by mistake. No be that because we'll get camera, they will go snap people, they vote, they post them for all that. The election is cycle. The start now from the preparation, from day way. They like you start prepare for exam from day way you feel. You start reading now for the next exam. What are Cameroonians doing for the next exam? You go only shit on. They like okay. They thought the proverbial say, you know the look place where you know the look place where you fall, or you look in a place where you knock your foot where you fall. Now the choice that we'll get for make them. We go shit on the crying and say, oh my knee, or the crying and say, now that place where I slide, now me have knocked my knee. So we get for choose that in them. For day we Cameroonians get for show political maturity. We don't ready. I don't know. We're ready for chop the omelette or for break the eggs. I don't know. But the alternative, they very clear. We fit choose for keep on fighting and we'll get for go against, because this system will be talking at the government. We want go against government, we want go against legitimacy, whereas we fit enter legitimacy, get to a one time from the government.
Boss, thank you very much. I think say we'll story against more of a background, maybe later today or tomorrow. If I really need for, you know, when you come here, you break it down easily. Me, I always get very emotional. I get the idea, them, I get the point there, but sometimes I just vex. Why people they need to understand it?
No, I know how frustrating it be. So sometimes you know, say when you come with a different, you have to understand. Say when you come with a different form of opinion, especially when things they be hot, right? Cameroonians they get right for now. They are right for come vent on you. They are venting. You understand? Political discourse, they like that. It be very emotional. But give it 1 month from now, when people they don't settle, when I get the conversation there, you'll get different reaction there. In a month from now, when I start discuss, when I start talk lucidly and clearly, say, okay, nothing this will get for do, nothing this will do. You realize that in retrospect, a person when they make speech in anger, they make the worst speech. Now we be angered as a defeat. It's like how Cameroon played today. We lost match where everybody is mad at McBreeze. People they target na Eto, let's say na Eto begin for score. People they target Angisa or you get another frustration at that initial stage. Now the bet after we get for she don't start calculating. Okay, what made us fail for qualify for World Cup? We get Nations Cup for the. It doesn't stop tomorrow from coming. What if we stop tomorrow from coming? Now if we no day for leave for the tomorrow, but as long as we day today. If we plan tomorrow, and tomorrow a plan start now today. So what do we have to do as Cameroonians, Sako? Now for start plan today, and the plan today, now say we'll get for be ready politically. And Cameroonians, they don't get no other time than in this moment, the uniqueness of the moment, the arguments them of this moment for change the way they fit change up. If not, like I always ask you, which is the alternative? The alternative now for go fight, enter street, start cause chaos, cause goods down. Bread starts rise start price start high, hospital they need function. Now the local low layman of Cameroon will suffer. Whereas we get route the way we feel easily fix this system, take advantage of people their frustration them, talk to them. The frustration where when I talk to una no get road, where the talk to no get hospital them. Please let us go. Hold our councilmen responsible. More go for ballot box. We choose the people the way they get for lead. We choose our parliamentarian them. We tell our parliamentarians that the law they be, because now parliament they ratify law. When they vote on law, they go vote that it go ratify them and it go favor now the people. That's why they say the people are sovereign, because now the people get the power. But we never still understand the people their power. We just now they just use le peuple, le victoire du peuple. But we know we say for people now 8 million people they register and 4 million people vote.
4 million people vote. Boss, we'll talk about Bagao. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're there together.
Yeah.